So it was just a crazy bet whereby we said to ourselves, each member is going to buy a 12-year, minimum 12-year whiskey bottle. We put it down, or if you don't have the bottle, you have to put down 500.
So then, congratulations on achieving 6 comrades. It's not a child's play. I mean, we can laugh about it, and we can get people hooked, or we can get people thinking that Comrades is easy, but it's not easy. So he did, and then he did the back-to-back with
Then
Soweto.
I did the back-to-back with Soweto.
So that is where these things,
all these crazy things now started. On
I wanted to establish that.
Even on that 2021, a lot of things happened there. Because that's when I joined the Temba for that 450 kilometer run for a purpose.
So you
where we ran from Midrand to Bushbuck Ridge. Remember in that same year, 2021, Bomba Puti, they were the first edition of the 400 kilometer challenge. Then we're sitting down saying, no man, no what, I want to do this thing. Then me, I'm doing the 400. Then I'm going to do
the 161.
Then MJ was like, yeah man, you know nobody has done that.
You did the 3, you did the 103, you did 161, and you did the 162 Dawn to Dusk. And these two are in July.
Yes.
Dawn to Dusk is end of August, beginning of September.
I came with an injury, the one last year. The one which it was a 200 mile. So
Did you finish?
No.
Folks, welcome to this episode of the Runners Podcast with myself, Rotokholo. If you're new to our channel, please click the subscription button and follow us and share our content with anyone that might be interested. And today we have decided, because it's the 100-miler season, so today we are hosting in Tumelo Kgwete, and this week is Tumelo Kgwete, and then next week we are hosting someone who is running icons. So he's a running fanatic because he's doing his 4th Washie this coming weekend. We will get the date right, and then guys, I want to do 100-miler, but I'm not sure if it's a good idea. But anyway, without further waste of time, I welcome Tate Tumelo Kgwete, Tamanini. Tamanini.
I this Roto and the Runners Podcast together with the viewers everywhere, wherever they are catching us from.
Thank you for coming. Where do we start? Let's start with the what, the where, the how. When did you start running and why? Just simple,
The running, I would say, it has been there for most of my life. It has been there, but just doing it alone, myself, for fun. But the official races started back in 2012 when I was still working in Mecklenburg Forsyth. Then started with a bet with a bunch of friends. You know, sometimes when you get to indulge, you take some crazy decisions. So that's when everything started. So it was just a crazy bet whereby we said to ourselves, each member is going to buy a 12-year, minimum 12-year whiskey bottle. We put it down, or if you don't have the bottle, you have to put down 500 rand.
How?
Then that was the bet, the 4 of us, to say, we're going to run low scope. Whoever finishes low scope, he gets everything. So that was the drive behind the...
So it started by you guys betting.
Yes.
Let's bet.
We put on the bet.
So I think you were tired of playing on my dice because you grew up playing on my dice, and
No, unfortunately, I'm a dice. In fact, gambling, it was never my thing. Even now, when somebody starts to put money down for something else, I'm not into it.
So who won the bet then?
I don't know whether should I say unfortunately or fortunately, I ended up running alone. But because I was alone, there was no pressure. So
Okay.
mine was just to run to finish because I knew already everything's mine. So I just had to finish.
So you won.
I won.
How many bottles?
I got the 3 bottles and 500 rand.
And how did you train? Because that was a bet. You were not a runner, but I think.
The training part, it was like I said already, I've been running, but not running to race or anything.
Yeah.
Each and every morning, I would wake up, tie on my shoes, get on the road, then move. Like before I go to work, where I was staying, you know, we have this belief, so we switch it off. So in the morning, I wake up around 4:30, switch it on, then tie on my shoes, go for a run.
Okay.
Then when I come back, I know the water is good enough for
So
me.
you're running like an hour, 30 minutes?
Yeah, in between those, an hour or hour 30 minutes, depending on that day, where will I make a turn? Because that time, I didn't even have a device to, I just know I run from here, I make a turn there, then go there, then come back. So I didn't have even any instruments to measure my distances and stuff.
Yeah, interesting, eh? That's the what and the where. But then, from 2012, after you ran Lost Scope, what was your next race, or what motivated you to start indulging in these things that we see you doing lately?
Since that bet in 2012, Lost Scope was my only race that I could do annually, because the atmosphere and the vibe that I got during that race, I was like, no, this is the race. Like, it
So
was
there's
so
no
vibey.
yeah. Okay.
So I ran only Lost Scope from 2012. I ran 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. Then in 2015, that's when I was transferred to Nelspruit.
From
So
your
when
workplace,
So when I got to Nelspruit, still continued with my normal routine of waking up in the morning, before shower, taking a jog, then come back, prepare for work. Then during that time, the then former chairperson of Defense Force in Mpumalanga road running, she spotted me and said, every time I get to meet you here, like, do you belong to a club? Are you working here? What's the story? And then I was like, no, I just got the year transferred here, I'm working here, but I'm just running just to
keep fit.
Then she was like, no, you need to join the club. I've been seeing you running good, and I see every time when you pass us, you quite a runner. Like, I was like, hey, like
I think the consistency as well.
I didn't have a clue of when she was talking about the club and all that. Then she broke it down. No, the club, you will be able to run Comrade and whatever. Then it was like, Comrade. I once heard somebody talk about Comrade when I ran my first Lost Scope. So the club is going to help me run Comrade. She was like, yes. Then it happened. I joined the club. Then she provided me with the vest and the pair of shoe, because the ones that I was just using the ordinary shoes. I didn't check whether they were good for road or not.
You were running all-star.
At some time, I used to run with an all-star again. Then she said, no, you need proper shoes and all that. Then I got the shoes, then I get to buy a short, because I needed a navy short to complement the uniform, the club uniform. So that's how it all started in 2015 when I got to Nelspruit.
Yeah. And then from there, I assume then you started going to other races to explore.
Yes, but mainly I would run, because then Nelspruit used to have much races. You find your 10Ks, your 21s, your 42s. So it will be mainly around Nelspruit.
Yeah.
Then it got, after a few years, after meeting with some other guys, then we started exploring, going to other provinces to run, just to explore and have fun.
But then when did you start getting crazy? Because everyone knows 3DigitsKing is a crazy guy. So I see your first Comrades was 2012.
It was 2018.
2018. So 2015 you started, they told you about Comrades, but you only did it 3 years later. So what happened in between?
In between, because like I didn't have the right insight about the Comrade and all that. Until in 2018, I was doing a course in Pretoria. Then I got to meet Aaron Malepe.
Oh, yeah.
You see, the short guy. One humble guy.
Yeah.
By the way, we were in school together with him. So when I met him during the Sunny Park half marathon in Pretoria, Sunnyside, then we started chatting. Hey, like he was surprised. Hey, man, you're a runner. Hey, what even? Me like, hey, you're a runner. Like, well, how's it going? Then we started catching up about this thing. So he's one of those people who's also fascinated about running. So as much as he's not that fast, but he's consistent runner. So we started talking. Hey man, I'll be doing Comrade this year and all that. I'm like, hey, I'm not so sure. I didn't even enter. By then the entry was closed.
Yeah.
I didn't enter. Then we started breaking down how to enter Comrade and what. So the plan was next year, 2019, most definitely I'm going to run Comrade. So during that time, the then former chairperson, because she ran the Comrade of 2017, then she registered for 2018. Then in April, during the substitution, then she calls me. She says, hey, man, it seems like I'm not going to run Comrade this year, and I've already registered. So I will give you my entry.
Oh, as a substitute.
As a substitute. No, I don't worry, man. I'm like, I didn't train enough for whatever that it takes. Then she's like, no, just go there, have fun. Whether you finish or you don't finish, it doesn't matter. Just go in. Plus, it's a down run. So that was one killer statement that she made, that it's a down run. Just go there, have fun. You know, as expected, when they say it's a down run, we expect something that is good. And without any clue, any idea about what to expect. Even Aaron, then he didn't know what to expect. But when we were talking about
Aaron's first?
Yeah, it was his first. Because even when I called him, in fact, he's the one who did my substitution. Because I had to get the code. Back then, you would get the code. The substitution used to work when you get the code. So where I am, I had the issue with network, how to do all those administration. Then I spoke to Aaron. Aaron then, I sent the codes and everything to him. Then he did the substitution and it went through. Then we were ready. Then we like, even now when we meet, we are saying we are on track for our 10 because we said we need to get our 10 together. So now we just completed our 6.
So then, congratulations on achieving 6 Comrades. It's not a child's play. I mean, we can laugh about it. And we can get people hooked, or we can get people thinking that Comrades is easy, but it's not easy. But then, how was your first Comrades day?
I wanted that one.
because this year we were, we were all complaining about Borders Hill as if it was the first time Comrades introduced Borders Hill, but it's been there.
It's been there all along. But with my first, what was funny for me, it was like, because in my mind I was told the Comrade it's a down run that year. Then I must just go there, enjoy the distance. Even if I don't finish, I don't finish. But deep down I was like, there's nothing that I've started that I've never finished. Everything that I've done, I finished. So getting motivation from my first 50 kilometers that I've never ran when I did telescope. So I had that drive in me to say, no, I don't stop until I finish. Then we start running. Almost when you start, the police shot to go down. I'm like, so is this the down? And when you feel that down, you're right, this is gonna be easy. The novice mistakes, we go all out. Shoot. Then we got to, I think it is 18 kilometers where you pass a slight healing and then you start to feel, something now is happening. But I don't know, then I keep going. Then I got to 25. Because I started very fast. I get to 25, I start walking.
That's around K to reach.
Yes, then but then I don't even know where I am. I'm just following people. That's one thing about Comrades. When you're in movies, you know nothing. You just follow people. Then I got to 25. I started walking. Because I was wearing my club color, one of our members came. He passed me and he said to me, "No man, it's too early to be walking. Let's go." By then, but I'm still starting to feel something on my legs. Here we go. After 5 kilometers, I'm like, I know. Let me take it easy. Then I drop it. He continues. But when he continues, then I stay. I didn't even have a watch. I don't even know. By then, we're still having those boards, those big boards with kilometers.
The bonitas.
The bonitas boards. We're still having those. Then you see,
80 to go, 70 to go.
70 to go.
I think you were around 60 to go.
Because 60 then, because I remember it was 65 when he left me.
Yeah.
It was 65 to go. Then I went. Then I got it to, I think it was 52 to go. Hey, with 52 to go, I don't know what was happening. The body was shaking, everything. I couldn't move. My legs were like, hey, I don't know.
So I think you were past Cato Ridge going towards the Harrison Flats somewhere there.
Then like, hey, but what's happening here? Then you see, you find those medics on the side of the road. Then I tell them, hey, but I'm feeling very, 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 very pains here. What's happening? Yeah. Then they were like, so they try to, when they massage, it's worse. I'm like, yeah, no. I think like she said, even if you bail, it's fine. At the back of my mind, I'm like, I came here to finish 10. But this thing want me to bail. So then they put the bandage on me. So they put the bandage. Then one leg first. It was just the bandage, but the normal bandage.
Not these tapes.
Not tapes. No, it was just the normal bandage. Then they stripped me with the bandage. Then I continued. Then I'm not sure where is that one where you find the military tents somewhere along the route. Those medics are there. Anyone valid, they're always there. Then I get it to them. I'm like, guys, I don't know what's happening. I can't, my legs are painful and everything. And by then I was wearing compression socks. Like the guy said, no, drop your compression. Maybe it's the compression, drop the compression. I'm like, they put in a bandage. He took out the bandage. Then he put that bandage, the one that is like a elastoplast.
That's the kinesio tape. Yeah.
Then he put it from here up to here. It was like I'm wearing a tight. Both legs now from here. He said, you know what? This will help you to finish. But taking it out, you're going to find.
I know, yeah.
So then, okay, fine. Then I continued. Then when I was there, then came this other runner, said to me, you know what? Where we are, even if you run or walk, but make it a point, each kilometer is 10 minutes, not above 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
So, but by then I didn't have a device to check. I only had my phone. So my phone can only report when I get it to a kilometer. Or you have done the kilometer 10 minutes. You've done the kilometer 9 minutes. So I continued. So every time the first kilometer, it was 8 something. Second kilometer, 9 something. Third kilometer was 11. I was like, I'll try to put again. Then I went all the way. Then I looked at that bailers. By then we're still having those Maharaj buses, those big buses.
They're still there.
They drive like pass on the route. Like, then at some point I wanted to give up and get into that bus. When I was about, because there I wasn't cut, I wasn't done in it, but I just wanted to go to the bus because I couldn't take it. As I was about to turn my head to go to that bus, this good Samaritan runner just appeared from nowhere. Like he just held me on my shoulder. Like he said, no, this is the way. Like then like when somebody comes from behind and holds you and pushes you, it's like now you pick up a momentum a little bit. Then we start running. Then I picked up momentum. Then I kept running. So then somebody said to me, never let that 12 bus pass you. Because by then I didn't know what's the bus. He just said never let the 12-hour bus. So then I just thought, the flag with the 12, so it must never pass me. So then I hear people coming behind me, making a lot of noise with the 12-hour bus. Then I look, I see the 12. Then I had to make it the point, I run in front of it. They don't pass me. I run in front of them. Then I carried on. Lucky enough, one of my friends, he came to support me. Every time when I go to Devon, always there's a video that he took on that bridge, on that road. When he's busy calling me, hey, you're in. So the bus is behind me. So then I come, I'm waving at
the toll gate bridge, yeah.
Then but you can see how I'm moving, I'm limping, but I'm going forward. But the bus is behind me. It's that was my benchmark. Then I got to finish 11:49.
Sure, wow.
That was my first comrade.
They normally say your first comrade is always the best because you don't know anything. You don't have any clue. That will be you'll never have any best comrades than your first.
What a medal. So I got my first batch. This was my first batch. Even this jacket, that's when I had it. I used to run with it. So I saw this jacket in the way. So I'm no, this is going to be my special jacket. So every time I put everything that I go extreme on, it must be attached to this jacket because this is a symbol of resilience. Every time I wear it, I just remind myself.
That's a good one. That's a good
the resilience that I went through.
And then you did your back-to-back the following year, which is 2019. It was an upper run.
It was an upper run.
How did you fare? Training and on the comrades?
Training was a little bit different because now I know they told me that you need to do a long run. Your long run must be at least 60. How do you do? So I've been a person that most of the time like to do runs alone. I do all those long distances, run alone, just carry my water, go on the road. Just be there. I love running alone. Even though at some point the people will join me and we run, but most of the time, even now, I still do that. Run most of the time.
Yesterday you did 42, today you did 21.
Yeah, today I got even some other guys joining me. 2020, just before COVID hit us. So now I started to understand the dynamics of running altogether now. Your sub force, your sub what, your sub alala, your buses and all that. So then the goal was, because with the seedings, because I started with a GCD, then the following year I got the FCD.
Okay.
Then I realized that on the E is the permanent number people.
Yeah.
So, and that E seeding, you find wonke as long as you got it.
Most of them there.
The slow and the what, even if you want to start better, but because you are behind that one, and for you to start better, you need a DCD. And the DCD, you need to run a sub 4.
Yeah.
By then, sub 4 was a dream. It was like a match and a half to achieve. But I started preparing myself well to say, you know what, I needed to have that sub 4 so that I have the DCD. Then we went to, I ran Kapsewopo in 2019.
Yeah, in November.
In November. I still remember it was, I think, the 2nd of November 2019.
Yeah, I think.
I ran the Kapsewopo. Remember by then, I registered also Soweto Marathon, which was coming the following day. Then I went to Kapsewopo. I ran my lungs out there because I wanted that sub 4. And indeed, I got the sub 4. I was over the moon.
So that was the first sub 4?
That was my first sub 4.
Okay.
I still remember talking to this guy, Kgwete, is from home, but now he's based around here in Gauteng. He was like, hey, where you got your sub 4? Because he used to run the sub 4 here now. So it was the first time I ran it, even though I was running a bit longer than him, but he was quite good because me with the weight and stuff, of course I was a little bit heavy on myself, but that time I managed to do the sub 4. Then it was excitement. I was so, plus even Comrades just opened. I somehow entered, put in my sub 4 DCD. Then everything.
So he did, and then he did the back-to-back with
Then I did the back-to-back with Soweto.
So that is where these
all these crazy things now started.
I wanted to establish that. Now I've established
so, 2019, after running Kapsewopo, then I said, no, I'm going to Soweto. Back-to-back.
Saturday you ran a sub 4, and then Sunday what?
Sunday I ran I told myself, when we have that wild mind, by then the qualifier was still 5 hours. Then I'm like, no, I just have to focus on the 5 hours. Then I ran. That thing, it chowed me. That thing killed me. I think I finished somewhere about 5:30.
But then, if it it humbled you, but yet, I want to understand, how did this craziness actually, this bug of craziness bite you to a point whereby, now you are running your fourth Washie, you are running your third Dawn to Dusk. So by end of this year, you would have 700 miles under your belt.
Yes, I may say that.
Yeah.
Immediately I finished that. As much as there's this, I used to call it the self-induced pain. I used to call myself the endurance runner. Pain is my medicine.
Okay.
So through that, like I got to in my field of work, we got paratroopers where if you don't have the wing, they say you are chickens. So that thing of a chicken, like it came in to say, no, these guys, they are saying a chicken, but none of them, they can run what I run. So every time when they paraphrase that chicken, I say to them, no, you are nothing.
I'm not a chicken.
Yeah, you are nothing. You can jump from the serviceable plane, it's fine, but you cannot outrun me, even if you have the speed. But along the route, make no mistake.
You know, I usually tell people this thing, that this man is working in the military. So when he runs with the flag. So I think what came to my mind, I said maybe Tumelo, he did not find what he wanted in the military, whereby he's servicing the state. You know, he's servicing us. So unfortunately, he cannot be felt, or no, guys, I'm servicing you. I'm servicing the state here. And then he decided, no, when I run with the flag, people will see that I'm in the service of the people. That's the theory I had.
No, we'll come to that. We'll come to that. During COVID, we did less actually.
Yeah.
But remember, you were doing less, you are eating. Now I'm going back to my original weight now. It's like, this thing now,
that's frustrating.
Then it frustrates you. Then they introduced this thing that you can do a visual run, whatever. Then I see a lot of people doing. There was this guy who was running in a balcony, like corner to corner, like I can't remember.
Yeah, that was the first guy who did.
Yeah, like running in a balcony. Like I think this thing is about 5 meters. What? Like I'm like, no man. If this guy can do this thing in a space of 5 meters, I've got a radius of about 4 to 500 meters. No, man, this thing is possible. Then Two Oceans came about with the challenge of running Two Oceans, that visual challenge. What? Then no. I was like psychologically prepared. I even prepared a table because it was a radius. I prepared a water table for myself. Put whatever I'm gonna need on that table. Then I just round it there. When I'm tired, I put in a chair, sit down, carry on. Like then I continued just like that until I finished, because that was going to be my second Two Ocean.
So you did go two Oceans virtual?
I did, yes. I did
56?
56.
Yeah.
I did that I did it under 6 hours, because my first Two Oceans that I've read, the original one in 2019, I did 6 hours 26.
Oh,
I see you've got the same medal that I've got, the most beautiful one for that. Then I got that one, then that year, then still it was an improvement from my original time. Then it was like, oh, that means whatever I'm doing, it's working because there's changes. And I remember, when you're running alone and when you are running in a race, it's different. You may run 5 hours alone, but when you're in a race, chances of you running bomber 450, 445, they are there. Because now you've got people to...
Yeah, the atmosphere is different.
Then it's fine that it complements you.
Yeah, and it pushes you to
do better. Then we did that. Then I finished that one. Then there were a lot of challenges. During that year, when after the races were closed, there were a lot of challenges. Your Spa challenge, your Mr. Price challenge, your what, and they used to send those medals through a courier guy or post, what. Then you get your medals, your visual medals. So there were a lot of challenges. Then I would enter those challenges. Then to keep going. Then as time goes, it was Comrade. Then they announced that the Comrade will be there. Will be visual. Then they said, I think that's when they came with that Comrade Raise the Legend. The first one in 20...
I think that's what Raise the Legend.
It's this one. Raise the Legend in 2020. Then I was like, Then they were like, if you've already entered, then they're just going to send you your package. You're not going to be refunded and all that.
But you did not get caps.
Yes, we didn't get caps. Then I was like, now I only got that.
My only pain was the cap
t-shirt. No, even that t-shirt money, it wasn't worth.
I'm just saying. What? The pay, like, I'm still crying for my caps. I like the Comrades caps better.
Then we didn't get the cap. We didn't. It was like, but they said no. Raise the legend. What? Then I see there were 21 challenge, 45, the 90.
I did 45. What did you do?
I did the 90. Then where I was having a very understanding commander there. Then I spoke to him. I sat him down and I explained to him, you know what? Since I started running Comrade, I told myself that I'm going to run 90 kilometers this time, then so that by 2028, I'm going to get my permanent number of. Then the race, the legend came in, then we did that run, race the legend.
What was your finishing?
I was escorted and all that. My finish was 11:03.
Oh, so you missed the target.
I missed the target by 3. Then deep down I was like, no, this one, it doesn't matter because I was running alone. If maybe I was with the crowd, chances of a sub-level, they were very, very high. So I did
but even the training
and even the route that I took, you know sometimes when we take routes thinking, this one it's easy. I planned an easy route to go.
Then you ran that one.
But no, I went, I was like,
you survived.
Ketile, I went. Then I survived. I got to finish. Then even the guys who escorted me, supporting me on the road, then it was fun. But I was running alone, so they were just escorting me, providing me water, food, and everything. I finished there 11:03.
Then you did your virtual. I think 21 was also a virtual. Then 2022.
2021.
It was another virtual.
It was another virtual. So by then, the restrictions were a little bit now lighter.
Easier.
Then I was back home. Then I did a virtual.
What was your finish?
I finished it was 10:49.
So you improved.
I improved.
Then we go to 2022.
We go to 2022.
That was the down run,
It was the down run. And that's when a lot of things happened. Even on that 2021, a lot of things happened there. Because that's when I joined the Temba for that 450 kilometer run for a purpose.
Oh, so you
where we ran from Midrand to Bushbuck Ridge.
So you did it 2021?
It was 2021.
Oh,
because
I remember
he initiated this program in 2020. Then 2021, I joined him with the other guys.
So you guys ran, which month was it?
It was in December.
So you ran from
Midrand all the way to Bushbuck Ridge. 450 kilometers.
And why did you guys decide?
Because that was a charitable run, and which it was a run for the people. It's like giving back. As much as I didn't have money to give to someone, but contributing towards that cause where somebody can contribute to try and understand the concept behind that. So it was more than enough for me. So giving with my body, I saw like a befitting to do so.
So you did, is that the only challenge that you did in 2021?
Yeah, in 2021, that was the only challenge that
that was in December.
But just in the other challenges that we'll do, it was just in the per month we say we run 500 kilos, 600 kilometers. Those were just in the visual challenges because I started following Ashintwela Maputi. So he liked to throw those challenges because he's one of those people that I looked up to, and he actually inspired me to be in this running game.
Okay. So in 2021, is it where you started most of this high mileage running?
Yes. Yeah, 2021 was that because I got I wanted to even be part of Strava, most of these running apps. Now
so
I started Strava. Then having those watches now, right watches. So now you start to run.
So we must blame Munyamani for you. We must blame Munyamani.
Yeah. because like he was busy with, he would throw challenges that I remember when he did that mega challenge. He came up with that mega challenge of 4 digits challenge in 30 days. When
I remember
1,000 kilometers in one calendar.
So you signed up for it?
No, but I just did those smaller portions in support, but virtually so. So, but he did, that was outstanding for him to do. And when he did the last day, when he ran, he was like, he's starting the challenge because that was the fastest run of them all. So then I got inspired by that.
So, should we blame 2021? Or
no, I'd say let's blame COVID, because COVID actually gave us enough time to play around with whatever that. So then, whatever that you think about, you start to put it into practice. Whatever you think, you put it into practice.
So then, let's close the Comrades chapter. So, enough about Comrades. Let's get into the real deal now. The 100 milers. When was your first 100 miler?
My first 100 miler.
Was it Icons?
You will even laugh about it because we'll say, really, that bucket really bite me very hard. It was in 2022.
Yeah. So is that the Icons?
Yes.
So okay, how did you know about the Icons? Because how did you know about the Icons, Jim?
I remember in 2021 when we did
that challenge
to go to bush with Temba and Bommaputi. So when we sit down, we talk about this. Remember in that same year, 2021, Bommaputi, they were the first edition of the 400 kilometer challenge. Then we're sitting down saying, no man, I want to do this thing. Because you would say, hey, we ran the 3 digits because they ran the last one as the 103. So like the 3 digits. Then I saw there was this lady that we were running with, Bonnie. Then she was running for Capital City Club, but now I think she's running for Inkamana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when we were there, she was also part of that. Then I was like, did Bonnie also run the 103? She didn't say much. She just took out the phone, showed me her run, like I saw it, daughter, 103. So with a Huawei phone, it writes the super marathon. Immediately it's 100. It says super marathon. Then I saw this badge, super marathon. I'm like, wow. I wanted that got me motivated even more. Like, hey man, she did this thing. No. Maputi, no, I want to do this thing. How do you go about this thing? Then Maputi breaks it down. There will be entries, what you apply, all those things. Then immediately it opens. That link comes. I think maybe it's possible that I was the first one to apply. Then I apply. So when I apply, remember when you apply, you are not sure whether you're going to be or not.
Going to be chosen.
Then with Washie is coming now to say, because I said I'm going to run Washie. It's just that year 2021, I wanted to run it, but it got cancelled.
I remember.
Then I said, no, I will do it in 2022 because now I didn't want to do the visual. I wanted to do.
You registered Icons and Washie that year.
No, in fact, the Icon I applied because when you do the challenge,
I'm just saying,
yes, I applied for it. Then I did put so that if the Icon doesn't happen, but the 3-digit challenge most definitely sure is going to happen with Washie. So it's Washie or Icon. Either way, it's going to happen. So lucky enough, I was one of the selected few. Then we did Icon. It was very nice. The team which was assembled. I also, in fact, I don't even tease. I used to talk to Vuli to say, you know what, you like it or not, 2022 was the best Icon edition. You like it or not. To date, I can stand tall and say...
Is it because of the runners who ran it, the participants, or just the entire...
in fact, because of the participants, how we were, as much as you know, there are challenges in each and every situation. But how we handled the challenges and how we triumphed throughout each and every challenge that we faced and how we ended up finishing the challenge. It was so spectacular.
So you ran Washie 2020. So you ran Icon. You ran Icon.
We started with Icon. And the Washie was coming a week later.
Yeah, I'm just saying, So 2021, you did the 450 challenge.
Yes.
From Midrand to
Bushbuck Ridge.
So that's the only challenge you. That's only the longest you did.
The longest.
I think how many kilometers were you doing? Like, what was the breakdown of that?
The breakdown of the 450, it was different.
Yeah.
At some days we had our marathon days, our ultra days, our active rest days.
How many days? How many days?
In total, it was 12.
Okay.
It was 12.
So that one was 12 days.
Yeah,
450.
12 days.
So this one is 408
days.
Phew. Okay. But any learnings from or confidence that you took from that 450 as you went to Icons? I think you were confident that you could.
Yes, because of the distances that we had and the continuous running, the daily running contributed a lot, because when I got there, it was easy for me to just fall in track with whatever was on the table. Meanwhile, others will have some challenges there and there, but eventually they will just get back on track and then continue.
But then how was your Icon experience 2022? Those 742s, which one was the most difficult?
I can't really say which one was the most difficult, because the concept that I had in mind, it was like, remember, you are not in a race. You are just in an Icon. You are here for a purpose. Irrespective, you've got 24 hours to finish your 42. How you break it is totally up to you. If you finish early, you will have enough time to rest. If you finish late, you will have time to rest. But what matters is just to finish. But when we got to like the first day, one of the first days, the most electrifying one. I remember when we came in there, we had guys from Deborah Athletics from East London. They came in, they supported us. Like it was singing all the way, everything. Even Maputi was there. Then it was like, it was electrifying. It was so nice. Day one. Then we got to day two, the supporters now start to be lesser.
The first one is Sunday.
Yeah, it's Sunday.
So it's during the week now.
Weekend. People are coming out in their numbers.
Not just a Monday now.
Then in the Monday, only few nyana they come because we start in the morning. Those before they go to work, they come to bid you farewell and good luck and all that, and maybe join you for about 5-10 Ks and all that. You go. Then that was day 2. Then day 3. Is it day 2 or day 3? Where we have that, there's this video which is trending, where you have that 13 kilometer stick.
Okay, Vulitu is day 2.
Yeah, that one where you've got that. But when they were saying it, this climb is 13 kilometers, we thought like it's a joke. Like, there's no way you find a road with a 13 kilometer.
But then let me tell you something. My plan is to run that one. In this upcoming Icon, I want to run that.
Then it's like, there's no way you get a 13 kilometer climb. Then we start. And even when we started, we were just in the... Others were there, others were here, others were... Then we started to group together. Like, even MJ, Mkulili Jack was there. Then he saw us he's like... When I saw him pulling out, that's when I realized, oh no, it's true. This thing is 13 kilometers. Because MJ pulled, said, no, you'll find me on the other side. He went into the car. Then we started. We look at each other. Guys, are we doing this? And we were like, guys, we don't walk. We run this thing. We find a comfortable pace. We stay there. We climb this thing. I think we were climbing there between 6:30, 7:30, in that average. We're climbing that thing. We climbed all the way. Then it was like, when you having your people there, we are busy singing, humming properly with the singing. So the focus was there. We went all the way. When we got to the finish, no, those guys were so impressed. They were like, no, guys, you are strong.
And you did the other 42s. How was the 103 for you?
Yeah?
The 103, the last day.
The last day, it was like, we are all tired. We all, we want to finish. We want to be done, actually. Then the way we divided ourselves into 3 groups then. We had these people who were a little bit faster. We had these people who were like average. Then we had the slowest. So we had 3 groups within ourselves. So we started there. When we start, I joined the first guys. It was Daniel and Masilo. Then we 3 running there in front. Then the other ones, they came in later because they said no. The official time of this thing, it is 15 hours cut off. The official time to run the Icons 103 when we run the official marathon, it is 15 hours. So to ourselves, we said, guys, we need to run this 15 hours. Doesn't matter how tired we are. We need to run this 15 hours. Then we were 3, we went all the way. When we got to there's that Hebe hill.
I've heard of Hebe hill.
And I remember it's a gravel. And that gravel there, it's rocky. And that's why I'm saying Washie, it's very long, but Icon is the most challenging route. Then we go there. Then when we get to Hebe, Daniel was like, guys, no, you are too slow. That guy, when the sun came, remember we start dark. So we 3 just so that we push through the dark together. But when the light came up, Daniel was like, guys, he took his Mshangosi, he had those gels, so him chewing that one gel. That was the last time I saw Daniel till I found him at the finish. He went all the way. Then I'm left with Masilo. With Masilo, we say, hey Masilo, we are stuck together. Whatever happens.
So Daniel was the first.
Yeah, it was the first one who came in. Then we said that we go together. And eventually we did. Because by then Masilo had lost his son. I think when we did day 5, between day 5 and day 6, Masilo got the news of the passing of his son. So either way, like he said no, he can't pull out. He will dedicate the run
to the son.
So then that's why he had to stick with him. Then we ran together all the way. We went, and when we got to the finish, I found MJ came to meet us just before the finish. Maybe we ran with him about a kilometer towards the finish. He welcomed us, MJ. And when we got to the finish, I wondered that welcoming. It was so spectacular. It was like you came in there when the announcer said, here comes the 400-kilometer runners coming in. It was like the crowd went crazy. It was like, I've never felt that. It's like we won a race or something.
For interest's sake, what is your finish on 103?
We finished time, I think it was 13 hours, but under 14 hours. It was 13 hours something, like me and Masilo. Like, it was like, I was like, sure, that we've done it. It's like I couldn't believe it.
Did you cry?
No. I was strong enough. I was strong. Like I hold myself, but I wanted to. Like I felt already it's about to come. Like then I bought myself. I'm a soldier. Like, bottled it. I was like, plus when even Jamon are lifting me, like it was like.
But then Icons. It finished like how many days? Was the last day before Washie in that year?
It was 7 days. It was exactly on
that Sunday.
Like that Sunday when it finished. Friday
it was
Washie starting.
So you went and did Washie?
Yes.
Why? Just tell us why.
I've already entered, and when we were busy
okay. The first Washie you had already entered. That's why you went.
No, not beside that. I like challenges. When runners, one of the experienced runners sit and start sharing their stories about running. When we said the owner MJ is an experienced runner. He has been through a lot of races. Even Washie, he has done Washie, he has done the Icon. Then when we at some point, I shared a room with him and Maputi, so that we'll share those stories of running. He will even come to bring some Mshangosi there and say, okay, what is this? He said, no, ungabuzi wena. Sela, uyabona nje, sela tata, uyabona. So we're like, no, I'm like, this guy is just giving me wena. Okay, uyabona this thing, then he sips, then he said, tata. Then you sip, so that's how we started to get closer with MJ through Maputi.
Then you ran your...
Then I went to Washie. Then when we were sitting, before we went to Washie, it was like Maputi, he was seconding that year, but he was also going to do Washie.
Yeah.
Then it was like, okay, because Maputi is not running, it's fine, he's going to do Washie. But some of the runs, he will join us in preparation, training run, in order to do Washie. Then me, I'm doing the 400. Then I'm going to do
the 161.
Then MJ was like, nobody has done that. People have tried to do that. That thing has never been done.
But are you the first one to have done that? I think
he was like,
the first.
Yes, I am the first. MJ confirmed that. He said, remember, Icon, it was started a few years. And the fact that I've done the 400 and they were a week apart, I did the Washie. Then when I do that Washie, the fitness of the Icon was there. Remember on the Icon, we were not racing, we were just jogging through and what. Then I went to Washie. I said, no, I'm going to run it. And the plan, I said, if I can run under 20 hours, I will be fine. But the target being 18 hours. Deep down, I want to deep down. I had that 18 hours because I sat down, calculated the splits. I was like, no, 18 hours is possible.
And what was your finishing?
The finish was 1906.
Yeah, no, we need to commit you to a mental institution. But then, how many participants were there in 2022? Washie?
I think it was, but I stand to be corrected, between 89 and 121. I'm not
and
sure.
What number did you finish? Like,
I finished on the top 10.
Yeah, you came out top 10 at the Washie.
Position 9.
So, just out of interest, what position did Maputi come?
Maputi came, I think it was 5.
Okay.
I think it was 5. Because then the guys who went there, the crew that went there, supported by Inkamana and the Absis Brenda, Washie was on the top, Maputi was on the top 10, Tabo as well for running for Uriti. But he was running for a course. I can't remember what was the course, but we were running with him, and then it was me. Then we were on the top 10 of that particular finish.
Wow.
2022.
Yeah, no, so 2022 was the year.
Yeah, I was there.
Then you did your icons, you did your Washie. Why didn't you stop at that? Why did you continue doing Washie, and then you also did Dawn to Dusk?
Yeah, Dawn to Dusk, I did it the following year.
2023. And it's in
remember
September.
when in 2023 actually, I said to myself, you know what? I just need to do something special for myself because I'll be turning 40.
I remember you did a challenge, or was it 41?
I was turning 40.
Yeah.
Then I said, and I don't know, fortunate or unfortunate, Washie and Icon, they win the same weekend.
Yeah, I remember.
Then I said, I'm doing the 264 kilometer challenge. Just to myself to say, before I get to the 4th floor, let me bow out in the 3rd floor in style.
So you did
and the best way to do it is to run both Washie and Icon.
So you did the 103 only?
No, I did the 103.
And the 161?
The 161 Washie.
Why? I now understand you were reaching 40, but why?
Because
one will ask themselves why.
It was something special, something memorable that I wanted to do. Because I said, when we were busy sitting, we were saying, there's certain thing that has never been done before.
So actually, you've got 2 back-to-backs of Washie and 103 Icon. That's what, okay. So is that where the name 3DigitsKing comes from?
Yes. The 3DigitsKing King.
Yeah, I'm just saying King.
Because then when I finished that first one, I was like, yeah, I'm the president of the 3. Because there were guys who ran the 3 digits before me. They did the 100+ distances. I came, I've done the 400 kilometer challenge with 103. Then I went and do Washie the following weekend. Then I was like, we were sitting there with those guys who've done those distances and like, so even some, they were even protesting when I said, no, I am the 3 digits president. They were like, no, we ran that thing, we ran this other Washie and everything. So we deserve to be the king. Okay? But you never initiated to wanting to be this. Then when we were sitting there, I'm like, okay, I ran it the same year. If you run it, like you ran it this year, the following year you ran the other one. Then I'm like, no, I'm the president.
Man, so 2023, you did 3, you did the 103, you did 161, and you did the 162, Dawn to Dusk. And these two are in July.
Yes.
Dawn to Dusk is end of August, beginning of September.
Beginning of September. Yeah.
So in a space of a month or 2, you had done, yeah, you are a superhuman.
No,
but then you are going for your first Washie.
Yes, I'm
Why?
going for my
Why are
first
you going for your first Washie?
No, because I discovered it's the same with Comrade. A lot of people will say I'm going for Comrade for my green number. By the way, Washie also has a
permanent number. I know.
So, and the permanent number, it is 5 rands. Then when I discovered, they say, no, you get a permanent number with 5 rands. Then I'm saying, Comrade, you are getting it with 10. Then again, if you do 10 washes, you get your brown boot. Then at the back of my mind, I'm like, no, this is one thing that I need to sign up to.
So you're not only going for 5?
No, I'm not going only for 5.
You go for 10?
Brown boot.
Yeah, no. You are a child with special need, or you are a super.
No, I'm going for that brown boot.
But then, so that means every year you will do your Comrades, you will do your Washie, and your... How many Dawn to Dusk are you playing to?
No, the Dawn to Dusk, I said no, because with Enoch, when we started following in because Nick, I don't know if you know him, Nick Shaw, he ran for Mongolia Marathon.
Yeah, I know Nick.
He's the one actually who introduced me to
Dawn to Dusk.
Dawn to Dusk. Yeah. Because after I've done Washie and Icon in 2023, he was like, hey, Mona, I can see you've got these wild ideas. Why don't you do Dawn to Dusk? I said, what's Dawn to Dusk? Because I didn't know about it. He said, no, it's a 100-mile circuit course, but you run in a radius of 1 kilometer. I'm like, then how do you run it? Maybe it's a complex with a 1 kilometer, like it, then you circle, what. He said, no, it's a course, what. Like, I didn't understand. But I signed up anyway. And even though the entries were closed, but he managed to speak to the organizer, Omkheri. Then Omkheri said, okay, because now it's late. The guy, remember as a novice, when you run that, you qualify for your jacket. I don't know, I will have to call the manufacturer for an extra jacket to see if ever like it is going to be. Then I was like to him, if ever there's no jacket, I'm not coming. Because I pride myself behind those jackets. So I was like, no, he said, no, it's sorted. You can enter. Then, so with Enoch, we sit down, we say, brah, we're going to run this thing together.
Tumelo Kgwete.
Yes.
So this Kgwete name needs to be eliminated. It's a toxic name.
No. In fact, it's one of the good names in terms when coming as far as running is concerned.
And mind you, guys are not brothers, you're not related.
We are not.
You're just Bongo Fadan. Same name. And you happen to have done Icons together.
Washie together.
Dawn
to
Dusk together.
Because when we met in 2023, when we met during Comrade 2023, we sat down. Like, Enoch has been this person who has ideas about him. Like everywhere, if you can look at his Google map, where he plots his runs all over the country.
I haven't noticed.
So he plots all the runs everywhere he goes. He plots his runs. So he said he want to paint his map like that. Then he was like, "Hey man, I heard you are running," because he's been following me. So then when we introduced just before Comrade on the Friday or Saturday, Comrade 2023, then we started talking. It's like, hey, one day next year I want to run Washie. Then I was like to him, why don't you run this year? Because I'm running this year. I'll even pace you because I'm going for my second. Then he was like, I'll think about it. Then he came, he said, no, Bafo, it's on.
That guy is strong.
Yeah, he's very, very strong.
You can see, you can look at this board and say, this guy is slow and so. But
no, I want to look at Enoch, you look at Magaza. Those looks can deceive you. You think you say no. When I tell you, I still remember when Magaza came and said, I want to prepare to run a sub-4. Like I was like, hey man, are you serious? Are you ready to do it? Then he was like, because he's so dedicated. Then I was like, okay, no, I'm here for you. Let's do this.
So, you're doing your first Washie in this coming this coming weekend.
Yeah, no, after this week. This coming weekend passes that other weekend, on the 10th, on the 11th.
Yeah, on the 11th. So from Friday, you'll be on the road up until Saturday evening. And then are you supporting Icons?
Yes, I am supporting Icons.
Okay. And then are you doing Dawn to Task again this year?
Most definitely, because it's my third. I'm getting my permanent and my second jacket. So it's one thing that I always look forward to, because I'm going to have something that only few people have. Wabana having such collectible items where only few have.
So
it's memorable.
What's going to stop you?
Going to stop me
in this madness of this 100 miles and 100 plus kilometers?
Right now, I happen to found the current Washie organizers, the guys by Life Adventures. They are the ones currently organizing Washie. So they've introduced me into something even crazier. The trail 100 miles.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, are you now going to focus on the 100 miles in trail? Because I know a lady, I won't disclose the name. I was with her yesterday. She's doing a double 100 miles. So she's doing
200 miles.
She's doing the 200 miles.
Yeah, she's done it before. She's gonna do it again.
You know the lady?
I know the lady. I ran with her at some point.
Yeah. I was like,
no, she's one of the people, like, when this thing of running trail was, because the guys say, hey man, have you thought of running the trails? I was like, I see people running trails, but I don't see it where, like, because when I try to look at it, because I tried to, when Kakuf was introduced, I think 4 years back, I saw it 100 miler, what. I wanted to enter. Then I look at the entry fee, I was like, no ways, no. Then I put back.
But Sipo Marima is doing it. He's doing the trails. So he did the UCTC, and good.
Because when I look at the trails, and you look at your road, the trail need a serious financial muscle.
But even the training there is because the elevation
is crazy, the everything. But to start, the trails are costly.
But then you did Sunny Pass. How did you find Sunny Pass?
Sunny Pass was one. No, remember I entered Sunny Pass with Enoch, wanting to do it in 2023. Then when we were about to go for the race, unfortunately I got committed that week, and I couldn't substitute. The accommodation was booked and all that. Then I spoke to another guy. I said, no, you know what? Because this thing, it's a loss on its own, so it's already booked. Why don't you just go there and experience the race? So they went. It was the first time going for it. They came back. The feedback that I got from them, it was like, no, guys, definitely I need to go and run that race myself. Because also the walk on the way, he runs that race.
But what was your experience? Because you did it last year.
I went there with Moloto. Morris, the one who's gonna do Icon this year. Then I was with him, then I was like, Moloto, we can do this. In fact, I could have run a better time. Because we were running together, we said, we started this thing. In fact, we were three. We had this other lady, Salo, that we're going to run together. Then we started running, all three. Other people joined us, we ran. But people started falling off. And then it was like,
but you can understand why they are falling off.
We are two of us. I'm like, we are doing this thing.
Because from, when you cross South
when
African
border,
get
to the checkpoint in South Africa to Lesotho, on that gravel there.
From that gravel going
there,
up. No, it's 7 kilometers.
It's 7 kilometers from there up. Then I saw my watch turned red. I still remember that. It was for the very first time my watch turned red.
Because
like the screen, because I could hear the watch vibrating. I didn't understand why. Like I was like, I didn't even pay attention. It's busy vibrating. But I'm like, no, this is abnormal. I look into the watch. The watch was like, you are running at the altitude of 280 something. So meaning you are having less oxygen.
Yeah.
Then like you're 200 and something. So meaning for it when it's busy buzzing. So meaning my heart rate now it's abnormal. But I'm still feeling okay. But just giving me a warning.
Because when you start at the base of it, it's 1,500. When you get to the top, it's 3,000.
It's 3,000.
So there's a 1,500 difference in elevation. And even the altitude, when you get to 3,000, like I did it in 2019. Like the last kilometer, I couldn't breathe. So I had to walk slow. To get to the top. Because I mean, I was out of oxygen. So I know. But then most of the trails that they're telling you, the 100-mile trails, you run at more than the same altitude. So I'm just giving you a heads up to say, if you can survive trail 100-miler, then you are a superhuman. In my books, you are a superhuman. I think the reason why I went to Sunny Pass is because of the trail. So do you want to do 100-mile trails as well? Do you want to try them?
I forget that one. One of the toughest.
I remember
the Ado. The Ado, yeah, the wildest trail.
That's why you came out with the injury.
No, I came with an injury, the one last year. The one which it was a 200-mile. So
Did you finish?
No, that's when I came with the
injury.
I think I was 60 kilometers to go. Then I had ample time. But the thing is, it was for the first time I get such injury, and I didn't know, because when I got to that resting station, I said, no, let me rest for 2 hours and take a nap, then wake up and continue. Then, because when I was busy running, walking there, I could feel something is happening, but I didn't take it into account. Then I got to that checkpoint, took my nap. When I woke up, standing up, immediately when I stand up, put the leg down, I felt like an electric shock. Then I somehow fell down. When I look at the leg, the leg is solid.
But didn't that say to you, now maybe it's time to say, I've taken it too far, let me come back and...
No, that's when I realized that because the other guy said, no, you've got enough time. Because with trail, a lot of people finish with injuries, limping, what. You can do it. Then I was like, you know what? Honestly speaking, it's for the first time I get an injury, especially like this. I don't know to what extent, but I've already completed the first loop. So meaning I've done with the 100-mile already. So for me, that is a statement on its own. I've completed the one loop, because it's a clockwise loop, and then anti-clockwise.
I know you go clockwise, then
anti-clockwise. So I finished the clockwise loop and half of the anti-clockwise. Then for me, because it was the first time I do trail, it was so that was an experience.
How many hours did it take you? Or can you remember how many hours when you stopped?
Yeah, because the first 100-mile, the first loop, I completed the first loop in 29 hours, 24 minutes. the first 100.
Yeah.
Then when I stopped my watch on the second one, I was on 18 hours 17. So I was on 77 kilometers.
So you were on.
I was on 77 for the second loop.
So,
the first
you
loop was
had
completed.
90 or so.
Because
you had 80 something to go.
I had
about 80 something
somewhere.
to go.
Because like I was halfway, hence I'm saying I was halfway
Sure.
of that race.
So this year, you doing Washie this week, next weekend, day after? Are you doing 103 icons? No.
Because I'll be seconding this time.
Okay.
So if ever the seconding team, it is well balanced, whereby it doesn't need me too much hands on deck, then I can do the 103. Remember, I'm the king of the 3 digits.
And then you're doing the Dawn to Dusk again.
I'm doing the Dawn to Dusk.
Your third one.
Yes.
And then in December, you're doing any
In
trail
December,
again?
hopefully, because I got the DNF, so it's still unfinished business.
On the 200 mile?
On the 200 mile, I'm going back.
Are you going back?
Yes, I'm definitely going back.
Then, have you had this thing of saying, the more you do the 100 milers, the lesser your years or your lifespan in running will be?
I only hear people say that, but I see a lot of people. There's this old man, last year, I think he was doing his 27th Washie. And I'm definitely sure he's coming again this year to run that. So, hence I say it goes about the people, how...
Or is it about, maybe it's how, like it depends on your body structure and like how strong your body can take.
Yes, how strong. And remember, when you do your body conditioning for each and every race, there are those who are running your short distances, your 10 or 21s, who are saying, I will not run a marathon. And of which, for them, because they have already limited themselves to that distance, it is very, very hard. And even when they come and run that marathon, they will tell you, I will never do it again. Then they get to run Comrades. They say, no, I will only run one Comrade. Then they say, I will never run it again. Because they believe, that's what they believe, for their life in running, it will be shortened. But what I've ran so far, with people who have never ran what I've ran already, they've already quitted running altogether. But I'm still going.
Let's just go to last year, where you did all those crazy things. How many, like what was your mileage in that year, last year? Total mileage, because I think Strava will tell you, this year you've run 5,000 kilometers.
Last year was one crazy year, if I may say so myself, because I think I had about between 7,000 to 8,000 kilometers in that year.
You see, about 7,000 kilometers.
Yes, 7 to 8,000.
Do you know how long does it, like, I think it's from here to Dubai. How do you rest? Because I saw yesterday you did 42, today you did 21. So, and we just come from Comrades. I want to do the 103 icons, and I only started running yesterday. And I did 10 today, I did 20, so that's how far I could go.
With me, I wanna resting, and every little chance that you get by resting is to lie down, cover your legs with a blanket, keep them warm. That's how the strategy that I use for me to recover. So I spend the most time. No, I do even ice bath. Oh, okay. You find that this year I wasn't doing it more often compared to last year, because last year my mileage was crazy, so I did ice bath regularly. So this year again, because where I am is not as conducive as where I'm used to be, so I've got limited resources to do certain things. So ice bath, I hardly do it. I only do it a few times this year.
How many running shoes do you use a year? Last year, how many did you use?
I don't count.
No, but at least give us an idea. 10? 5?
Yeah, maybe around 5.
Phew.
Around 5+, yes.
Yeah, no. I mean,
No,
7,000 should be equivalent to about 10
No,
pairs.
lucky enough is when you are in this league of my own that I am, then I know it's demanding in terms of running shoes and all that. Then lucky enough, you meet people who knows and understand that this journey requires resources. Then they will say, yeah, man, you use so much shoes, man. Like somebody will just offer me and say, no, man, just go sort yourself with a pair.
No.
Or somebody will just buy me a pair and say, doctor, no.
Keep on going.
You understand? So you find that me personally, a year I will buy maybe a pair or two, but the rest you find that from those kind of people, I call them my good Samaritans, they will just out of nowhere say, hey, doctor, here is a pair.
Julian Garb calculates the number of races he has done. He's on 999 now. I also counting.
No, I'm not counting. I just run. The only thing that I'm counting is the 100 milers. So the marathons, because to me, those are just ordinary.
I mean, you run marathons.
I can run a marathon even today. Yesterday I just ran a marathon.
No, I'm just saying, you run like most of the races where there's marathon or every weekend, especially during the marathon season, build up to Comrades. I see you running many marathons. So I thought maybe you also counting to say, I've got so many marathons.
No, I don't. Especially marathons, I don't count because for me, marathons is like I take them as my build up towards a comrade. Then I take a comrade as a build up towards my 100 miles.
Yeah, no, I know.
So that's why other people, when I say comrade is just a park run, they take offense of it. Because they don't understand the dynamics behind it.
I take offense.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. People take offense.
If you say 50 kilo, if you say just a 50 kilometer ultra is a park run, no, I don't understand. Not comrade. It's not.
No, the reason behind it, because like you said, I said to myself, you know what? If I can manage to run Washie today and run Icon tomorrow, what is comrade?
Now let's get to the difficult one as we close. Icons, Dawn to Dusk or Washie? Choose one. This is the last one, then we close.
Hey, now you're one eye. This is one of the most difficult ones that you've asked me today. I'd go with Washie.
You know where I come from? They like calling people, I'm a nyaupan. If you like that kind of, but anyway, we've enjoyed having you today. I think I've learned to say, you know what, one day I'll do Washie. I wanted to do Washie way before you, because my first comrade was 2010. And I've been running for 23 years. I wanted to do Washie, and I kept on saying, no. At some point, I was keen to go, and then I took back, like I had to withdraw. But I think I'll reconsider my my prospects for Washie.
Like Kabelo used to say that if you're a true South African, you need to run at least comrade once. Now I would say you really need to test your limits. Because comrade, it's one race whereby you've got ample support, where even if you feel something, there's always somebody here.
There's plenty of support.
So if you really want that challenge, go and do that Washie. Then you will realize, because at some point you will run for about 10 kilometers just alone, no one.
And then maybe at night as well, or at that hour.
During that time, whether it's at night or during the day, you will run ample something like 10 kilometers. It's just you. Maybe if you've got that seconder who's seconding you alone, maybe it will be you and that particular seconder there by you. But otherwise, you really need to test your limit and see this thing, as much as a lot of people are saying it's scary, it's not that scary.
It's doable.
If I can do it, why can't you?
Positive vibrations. But anyway, Pratumza, thank you for your time. For you at home, like, subscribe, comment, and guys, I need lots and lots of comments about today's conversation. I just kept it as an open without any script because I wanted to actually get Tumelo to, just to tell his story and just to go on and on, elaborate here and there. But yeah, I've enjoyed the conversation. Like, subscribe, comment. We will see you in the next episode. We normally say we love what we do and do what we love. Sharp, sharp.
No, to all of you, the viewers there, please like, support, follow, and share. Because running is for all of us. Craziness is for the few selected.
Danko!